Okay, so something I've been thinking about, something I've thought about a lot in the past, something that crops up every now and then, is the idea of unlimited life of a website, or in particular kind of a web product. So when I mean web product, I've built a lot of little side projects that act as services. So my blog, for instance, is not a service, and when I die, as morose as that is, the blog will probably continue to go for a while I have hosting available, and the DNS kind of will be renewed up to a certain point, but eventually it'll expire and disappear. And that's just kind of content, I guess, but I guess you've got broken links at that point, but still, services. So I run a little service like a product called JSON Bin, which recently has had some bugs that I need to kind of pick up on. It doesn't cost you anything to use it. It is low-ish traffic. I use it. And the problem is I've built a whole load of small services, and I'm doing myself a disservice because what happens is I've got about 13 of these things, not a lucky number apparently, and if one of them breaks once every month, it means that I'm dealing with a bug that I have to fix every month of the year, every year, for as long as they run. And I don't really have a solution to it. I mean, I guess with JSON Bin, for instance, it says like up at the top, this is a beta service, and the reason I've said that is to allow myself to kill it if I want to, or maybe make it private so that only myself and a few, like select few people use it. That way I don't end up kind of providing support for something that can't support itself. JS Bin is an excellent example of this. It's been going for 13 years, I think it is now, 14 years. JS Bin's got a boatload of users, active users, millions and millions of bins. Quite literally, I think there are, last time I looked, there was like 40 million bins, but that was last year, so it will be, I don't know, it could be 50 million, I don't know how quickly the numbers stack up, but it is exponential. But that service does not make really any money at all. It makes a little bit of money through pro subscriptions, which just about covers the cost of the hosting. And the hosting is not cheap because it's got a fucking great database. And oh my god, traffic is hosed in front of me. It's one of those things where, because it's kind of a personal project, I feel responsible to keep it running. But it's just me. I get people filing issues and they're like, you know, can you guys fix this? Like, for one, we're not guys, and for two, it's not plural, and for three, no one's paying me to do this. It's out of the love of my own heart, and there's a point where it goes from personal project to personal burden. I've written about JS Bin and the kind of toxic side of some of the side project that is produced. It's quite unique, I guess, in that it's such an old project. It's been going for a long time, so it has been exposed to a lot of like shit. But I've never really had like a game plan, like a long-term game plan for any of my projects. I kind of start them up, and then I feel responsible to keep running them all the time. And that responsibility, there's kind of no escape from that. And I don't think it's a particularly good strategy. Thank you very much for letting me through. It's not a good strategy at all, because I'm beholden to this web service, and anything from one other user to thousands and thousands and thousands of users, and when it's free and it's just a side project, it can be a burden. I mean, JSBin somehow gotten to the state over the last couple of years that it is just kind of running quietly by itself. It hasn't had any major outages, nothing bad has happened in a while, which is good, and it's mature and stable. I've been working on a rewrite, but I've been working on that rewrite for so long that the code is almost out of date already, which is a lesson about React, and any kind of big framework, I guess. But yeah, I've been kind of wondering, and so one idea I had a while ago was kind of like the tumble dryer, laundromat services, where you would pay to keep the thing running, but the running thing would be the server itself. So it obviously doesn't matter for a static website, but for a dynamic website where there's a paid back end, either for a database or a web service, how about you have to put some coins into a machine, virtual coins, into a machine, and that will start the service and run the service for some period of time. I kind of like that idea. It means that you're paying for the service to run for yourself, but for other people as well. So if it stops running, it's down to you to start it up again. I've only thought about it for a little bit, but one of the things I thought is to be able to run that, I need a service to run to be able to see if I should run service. So it means that the bottom line is I'm still having to pay for some server to run either way, which is kind of beside the point. You let me through. You are let me through. Thank you very much. Thank you. But then on the other hand, I've got so many servers I pay for. I honestly, I don't know how many domains I've got. Something like 50 or so, and I pay for a lot of like virtual machines, virtual instances and such, that it probably wouldn't be a problem to make some kind of service like that. So yeah, maybe I should make something like that. But then here we go, another side project to maintain and run. I am a fucking idiot, that's what I am. The lesson there is don't tinker too much. Tinker a bit, but not too much.